Day 10. The two teams met at the starting line. The enemy team stood there opposingly. Their forwards stood in the center, while their gigantically tall forwards stood at her side. Sarah, May, and Julie. They all wore snide looks, but May looked far too confident. This was the first time Ray and her team had received smack talk, but it was all in angry whispers. Ray had heard of how people hated facing this team, but she was glad she was there. She faced this like she did everything, head on. They got into position, and the starting bell rang loudly. Okay, guys, so sorry for day 10. Again, these are all in like 30-second snippets, but they fill up an entire page. I might just write really big. Anyway, I decided to color before I lined this time. It's because I wanted to use the Faber-Castell markers that I have, or fine liners. I use specifically, it says it's a brush tip, but it feels more like a bullet nib. So I'm not exactly sure what's up with that. But, yeah, I wanted to use those, and I know that my Uhuhu markers smudge and do a lot of bad things to these fine liners. So these girls are pretty in pink. That's just their team color, and they kind of turned out like mean girls, in my opinion. Sarah is their forward, the one in the middle. May is the cocky-looking one who kind of looks angry, the one that I'm lining right now. And then, yeah, you can figure the rest out. But, so their team color is pink. May has this, orange skirt on. And I actually really like the way these characters came out, in my opinion. So I'm using a Faber-Castell Pitt pen, a Pitt Artist pen. I'm actually not a fan of this pen, like I said, because it smudges with marker, and I like using marker. I did mess up on one of May's legs. It was way too, thin. So, I mean, if it was back, it would be a little bit smaller, but it wouldn't be that small. One of them is wearing skates, and the other one isn't. Let's talk about Sarah's hair for a minute. So, it's Sarah, spelled with S-E-R, instead of S-A-R. And, her hair is really curly. Like, the main character in the main Rollerwind story is, her hair is, like, super curly. But, I tried to do, like, this type of half C thing, and I think it turned out really well at the bottom, but the top just looks a little too messy. So, my first try with curly hair. So that just turned out like that. Like I said, the bottom looks really good, and the top just looks way too, I think I added too much. And then if I added, I can't add color because of the nature of the Pitt pen. But, if I could add color, I would layer color on top of that, and the lining would show through, and then it would probably be like a brownish black color. And I think that would look really nice, but again, I can't layer color on the Pitt pen, so it just stayed curly half C's, but I kind of like it. It has form and stuff. Again, first time I'm doing curl hair. So it took me forever to do May, and then Sarah, and just the piece came together and happened really quickly after that. The lining was much quicker after I finished May. I can't for the life of me figure out why May took so long. It just happened, I guess. But I like the proportions of pretty much everybody else. Some of them have knee pads, some of them have, you know, skates on. It was dependent, and oh my god, look at her leg. I apparently didn't look at that before. But yeah, her leg is too thin. But I will see you guys tomorrow for the next prompt run.